This whistleblower uploaded a single image online with the following caption: "I'm going to keep this very brief. I used to work at Lockheed, and it's true that they have in their possession advanced crafts. However, what many are not aware of is that no one really understands how these crafts work, because the tech is, excuse the pun, alien to us. How they've been able to hold on to this for so long blows my mind, but I think that it has to do with the fact that the topic has been massively downplayed. However, in recent years the subject has hit the mainstream media, and now I think that they are panicking. I'm not sure how true this is, but I've heard from some insiders that Lockheed is actively seeking to dispose of their material. Theories for why they are potentially doing this include precautionary measures to avoid any potential legal repercussions or scrutiny in the future." End quote. As of right now, Lockheed Martin is one such company that has been named in regards to owning advanced technology, and many researchers have said that if it is determined that the program itself is illegal, then the contractual agreement with Lockheed would also be deemed illegal. One user said that given the circumstances, it is understandable that individuals within the organization would not want to face criminal charges or be subjected to uncomfortable inquiries. Hence, it is prudential for them to relinquish ownership of the aircraft and return it to the secret military agency before any undesirable consequences arise. By doing so, they aim to protect themselves from any potential legal entanglements that may arise in the future. Some have said that these announcements seem to have come out of nowhere and question whether something big is going to happen within the next few years. According to recent revelations, Harry Reid, the former Nevada senator, holds the belief that defense contractor Lockheed Martin may have possessed fragments of a crashed, unidentified flying object at some point. This intriguing perspective adds an additional layer to the ongoing interest in UFO phenomena. Several years back, Reid revealed that he has never personally witnessed tangible evidence of the remnants being discussed. However, he made diligent and persistent attempts to obtain permission from the Pentagon to embark on a search for these remnants, albeit without success. According to Reid, he made an effort to obtain permission from the Pentagon to personally investigate certain classified information. However, despite his attempts, the Pentagon did not grant him the approval he sought. Reid does not have specific knowledge of the exact classification levels or the specific reasons behind the denial. The Pentagon's refusal to provide him access to the classified material remains a mystery to him. The statements made by him were featured in a thorough and detailed article, which delved extensively into the ongoing investigations conducted by the US government regarding unidentified aerial phenomena. At the time, he said that no matter what the subject is, there is consistently a faction of legislators who will go to great lengths to hinder transparency in government, even when it pertains to a matter that is highly supported by both sides and urgently requires openness and clarity. It is truly astonishing how some lawmakers are unwilling to prioritize transparency, regardless of the bipartisan nature or the evident necessity for increased visibility. In the current scenario, a select group of influential government officials has allegedly thwarted a provision in the annual Defense Authorization Bill that aimed to introduce a level of transparency concerning the United States government's understanding of unidentified flying objects. This decision, taken by the aforementioned group, has quashed any hopes of shedding light on this mysterious subject matter. During the summer season, Chuck Schumer, the Senate Majority Leader, introduced a significant bill aimed at promoting transparency regarding unidentified flying objects. This move came shortly after the retired Air Force officer, David Grush, delivered testimony to Congress, revealing startling information about the United States' possession of alien spacecraft over the course of several decades. According to Schumer, by adopting a successful model that has been in place for several decades, Schumer believes that thorough examination of UAP records can be achieved and important information brought to light. The introduction of Schumer's UFO Transparency Bill reflects a deeper interest in uncovering the truth behind UAPs and addressing the lingering questions surrounding their existence and potential encounters with extraterrestrial life. The testimony provided by Grush garnered varying responses from different individuals. While some people regarded him as credible, others dismissed him as someone lacking credibility. For numerous decades, pilots from both military and commercial sectors have recorded numerous sightings of unidentified flying objects during their flights, defying any traditional or scientific explanations. The US government has intermittently conducted investigations into the UFO phenomenon since the 1950s, purposely withholding certain information from the public. Over the course of several months, there was an extensive and continuous media coverage of these incidents, prompting the White House to conduct dedicated press conferences in order to address the situation directly. Amidst growing concerns, reporters and concerned citizens attempted to obtain evidence through Freedom of Information Act requests, only to be met with complete obstruction. The Pentagon adamantly classified all information related to the incident, effectively shutting down any attempts to dig deeper. Sadly, the press quickly moved on to other matters, and since then, both the Biden administration and the Pentagon have evaded any scrutiny on the issue from mainstream publications. Despite the lack of attention, it is crucial to acknowledge the gravity of the situation. The overall absence of transparency and accountability demands a thorough examination. It is undeniably vital for the public to uncover the truth behind occurrences such as these, regardless of whether one believes that these objects stem from extraterrestrial sources or not. As Senator Schumer himself articulated, the existence of unidentified aerial phenomena has ignited a fervent curiosity among numerous Americans, and there is a substantial risk of confusion and misinformation if the government fails to exhibit transparency. The Mystery Boomerang Incident. According to a report from the Mutual UFO Network, an incident occurred on the evening of August 11, 2010, specifically at approximately 9 in the evening in Richmond, New Jersey. An individual, who requested to remain anonymous, was standing outside their residence in the company of two close friends, engaging in conversation before bidding each other farewell. It was during this moment that their attention was drawn to an extraordinary occurrence in the sky directly above them. Startled by what they saw, the anonymous individual let out an audible gasp, prompting their companions to redirect their focus towards the same point of interest. The witness, who resided in close proximity to Philadelphia International Airport, approximately 20 miles away, initially anticipated the sight of a typical commercial aircraft, possibly descending for landing. However, their expectations were surpassed when they observed an unlit black object swiftly traversing an east-northeast trajectory. Illuminated by the moon, the object revealed its distinctive form, resembling a boomerang with sharp angles. Unfortunately, due to the absence of moonlight, the details of the object were obscured, blending seamlessly with the pitch-black night sky. This intriguing sighting near the airport prompted the witness to ponder the nature and origin of this enigmatic phenomenon. According to the witness's report, they observed an object that was significantly larger than the typical commercial airliners that frequently land at Philadelphia International Airport. Surprisingly, there were no discernible sounds of engine noise or any visible means of propulsion accompanying the object. As the witness scanned the sky, they also made note of the absence of any other aircraft, which was somewhat unusual. These observations lend credibility to the witness's account, suggesting that the object in question was truly exceptional in size and behavior. The lack of other aircraft further emphasizes the uniqueness of the situation, raising intriguing questions about the nature and origin of the unidentified object. Such anomalous occurrences prompt curious minds to contemplate alternative possibilities and consider the potential existence of otherworldly phenomena. The group of 3 individuals persistently observed the unidentified object, meticulously observing its unchanged trajectory, constant velocity, and remarkable absence of any deviations, no matter how minute. It became evident that whatever this enigmatic object was, it exhibited an extraordinary level of precise control over its movements, appearing to navigate flawlessly along its established path. The object swiftly vanished from their sight, rapidly receding into the far-off horizon. Its visibility lasted only a few seconds, highlighting the extraordinary speed at which it was traveling. This rapid disappearance serves as a testament to the incredible velocity of the object. It moved so briskly that it swiftly evaded their field of vision, leaving them astounded by its fleeting presence. The 3 individuals gazed at one another in disbelief, their minds unable to comprehend the astonishing sight they had just witnessed. Even though they were unable to make any conjectures, or perhaps chose not to, regarding the nature of the object, they were fully aware that what they had observed was undeniably extraordinary and beyond the realm of the commonplace. The event had left a profound imprint on their consciousness, prompting them to question the very fabric of their reality. After their encounter, the three witnesses decided to part ways, each following their own path. The primary witness, in an effort to gather more information, promptly took to social media to inquire if anybody else had witnessed the perplexing object. Regrettably, their inquiry remained unanswered, although the witness clarified that their intention behind the post was primarily to preserve the exact date and time of the incident, ensuring it would not slip their memory. It is noteworthy that despite the lack of response, the witness felt it crucial to document this remarkable event, thus underscoring the significance of the encounter. In the days and weeks that followed, the witness tirelessly pondered the enigma of the peculiar vessel. Their mind was consumed by the relentless quest for a plausible interpretation, but alas, a satisfying explanation eluded them. They delved deep into their thoughts, exploring every conceivable angle, yet the riddle remained unsolved. During numerous instances, the individual pondered the possibility of the object being a clandestine military stealth aircraft, perhaps one that functioned without any visible lights. Nevertheless, this idea was eventually discarded for two primary reasons. Firstly, the airspace in the vicinity was exceptionally congested, making it extremely perilous to operate without lights. Secondly, it was reasoned that a vehicle of this nature would undoubtedly possess the capability to operate at significantly higher altitudes. As a result, the initial suspicion of the object being a secret military aircraft devoid of lights was disregarded, taking into account the intricate airspace conditions and the alleged aircraft's potential operational capabilities. However, we might also recall that the witness stated that during the sighting, despite being so close to the busy Philadelphia International Airport, there were no other planes or vehicles anywhere to be seen in the sky. Sightings of objects shaped like boomerangs should capture our attention to a greater extent than we realize. During the 1980s and early 1990s, numerous regions in New Jersey were witness to multiple occurrences of unidentified objects, with a particular emphasis on boomerang-shaped crafts, most notably in the Pine Bush area. If that is indeed the case, one wonders whether these objects are extraterrestrial in nature or if they belong to a highly classified military program that has managed to remain concealed from the public eye for over 70 years. Additionally, it is worth mentioning that similar objects were observed in the Poughkeepsie region of New York during the same time period. This suggests that there may be a broader phenomenon at play here, extending beyond New Jersey and encompassing neighboring areas. To fully grasp the magnitude and implications, a comprehensive analysis is required, delving into the intricacies of these sightings, their origins, and potential explanations. Although there may have been a higher incidence of boomerang-shaped UFO sightings during the 1980s and 1990s compared to other decades, it is important to note that these specific types of unidentified flying objects have been observed in the New Jersey region since at least the late 1960s. To illustrate, in August 1969, an individual residing on the 6th floor of an apartment building witnessed the movement of two solid boomerang shapes across the sky. The objects remained visible for a notable duration, lasting several seconds, before eventually vanishing into the distance. This demonstrates that encounters with this distinct type of UFO have a long-standing history in the area. Only 5 years later, specifically in July of 1975, a couple experienced a mesmerizing event when they spotted a series of boomerang-shaped objects gracefully suspended in the sky above them. Notably, these objects appeared to be in a formation, with one slightly larger object seemingly taking the lead. Remarkably, their sighting was not an isolated incident. Another strikingly similar event occurred in the Rochester area of New Jersey in January 1980. Astoundingly, this particular case entailed more than just an ordinary sighting. These remarkable accounts provide us with a profound insight into the inexplicable encounters that continue to intrigue and perplex us. Indeed, the question remains open for debate whether the sighting from the summer of 2010 has any link to the frequent appearances of these enigmatic objects witnessed throughout the 1980s and 1990s. However, the consistent observation of the same type of craft over the span of several decades does strongly imply a connection, indicating that the beings operating them are potentially part of a unified race or civilization. Undoubtedly, there exists the possibility that these objects may not be of extraterrestrial origin, but rather classified military equipment. Nevertheless, while we cannot completely discard this notion, the likelihood of it being true seems minimal in nature. It is imperative to delve deeper into this matter to gain a comprehensive understanding. According to the witness's account, the idea of the aircraft being some kind of covert military stealth vehicle seems highly implausible. This skepticism is particularly warranted given the fact that the aircraft was operating in an airspace known for its bustling activity. We must question the rationale behind choosing a densely populated urban area when there are vast, sparsely populated regions across the United States. Unless, of course, their objective was to attract attention and deliberately be noticed. One cannot help but wonder about the underlying motives and intentions behind such a conspicuous choice of location. It is worth considering, albeit speculative, the potential motive behind the military's push for public exposure to these peculiar vehicles. Alternatively, it is plausible that the public's tendency to interpret these sightings as extraterrestrial occurrences provides a convenient cover for military operations conducted right under our noses. These enigmatic encounters are conveniently dismissed as mere misidentifications or even deliberate hoaxes. Moreover, if there is indeed a connection to the military, it is conceivable that these crafts are the result of reverse-engineered technology, giving rise to a multitude of intriguing questions. Exploring this angle further, it raises inquiries into the origins, development, and purpose of such advanced machinery. The sighting that occurred in 2010, similar to numerous other sightings of peculiar boomerang-shaped objects, adds another layer of enigma and uncertainty to an already perplexing phenomenon. It raises more questions than it provides answers, further complicating the already murky waters surrounding these sightings. It seems that this confusion and ambiguity may be intentional, orchestrated by those in authority, with the aim of obfuscating the truth and making it exceedingly difficult to differentiate genuine encounters with extraterrestrial craft from secret military operations. This deliberate obfuscation creates an atmosphere of uncertainty and makes it challenging for the truth seekers to navigate through the intricate web of evidence and information. By intentionally muddying the waters, the authorities have effectively obscured the boundary between fact and fiction, leaving us to grapple with an enigma that continues to elude complete understanding. So, what do you make of these mysteries? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.